What caused you to start this program?
You know what? I just saw that there was a huge need for kids to reach their full potential. I always say no one needs the program, but everyone deserves it. So I always thought the world's a tough place for kids. And if we could all come together and empower each other to reach our full potential, that they would have more skills to be able to make healthy choices in the world. So actually, it was like an inspiration from God that helped me to inspire to bring God's love to the children.
Now, growing up as a child in your school, did any of that cause you to start this?
Yeah, because I never had any confidence in myself, and it was always a struggle. So I guess I wanted to make it easier for other kids in a way.
Now, was it your friend that helped you build up the confidence to do this?
My friend Linda Hannaford, she was brilliant and a great writer, and I was a motivator, so the two of us coming together, I was a motivator and a teacher, so I had those skills, but she had great skills in writing and in creating and helping to create the curriculum, so the two of us together were a great team.
Now, the success from all the students here, is that all worth it?
You're kidding? Hey, the success from one is worth it. So, you know what? Every day I think I'm one of the luckiest people in the world to be involved with these kids and to see even the gleam in your eyes and the way that you're going to take this forward and you can have a better life because of it.
Have you ever thought of starting a program for the parents?
You know what? That's a great question, because when we first started Reaching Higher, it was for adults. 350 adults went through the adult program. But then we decided that if we were going to make it, we're going to have to focus on one thing. And, my favorite thing is the kids. So we decided to focus on kids 16 years ago, and that's what brought us to where we are today.
Now, are you just operating in Michigan or all over the U.S.?
No, just in Michigan, but that's my goal, all over the U.S. We're training a lot of people, so my goal is to eventually have it be wherever we can take it to help kids.
Now, not to be rude or anything, but when you pass, who's going to carry on the legacy?
When I pass, you know what? I don't have to worry. They're already carrying it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a good thing, and that's what I wanted to do is train as many people as I can so that it can go on now. If I left the planet tomorrow, it will go on.
Now, all the counselors and all the mentors, did they have to go through any special training or just
mentors
right into it?
They do go through a training, and the teachers go through an extensive training, but the mentors go through a training too before we put them in the classroom.
Now, where would someone find this information to sign up for mentoring?
On our Reaching Higher website. So it's reachinghigher.inc.com. So all the information's right there.
All right. Now, are you the only one that goes to each event like this, or does...
No, I have 3 other employees, so there's 14 graduations in the next 2 weeks, so we're all kind of just dividing it up so we can all be there for the kids.
Now, every time you do this, is it like a planned scheduled, like we're going to meet right here at this time, this location, or do you plan it last minute?
No, we always have a schedule. When we schedule it with the school, we plan out all the sessions and when the graduation is going to be, so we can get more people there to be and celebrate your kids.
Do you ever plan on going from only 25 students in a class to maybe 100 or more?
You know what? The reason we only have 25 is because it's 2 hours during the school day, and every child speaks for about 2 minutes. So that's 25 is all the time we have in the middle of the school day to do it.
Have you ever thought of doing an after school?
We could, but it's hard to get the kids after school, especially high school. So busy with all your extracurricular activities.
All right. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you. I'm pleased. Thank you so much.
All right, Steve, tell us a little about yourself and how you got to this program.
Well, I'm Steve Brono, and I'm one of the volunteer mentors at Reaching Higher. And I got to this program because I was asked by a very close friend who is also a mentor, Stan Brish, at Brighton, and he thought I would be a good candidate, so he invited me to participate in the program, and after the first week I knew this was something I wanted to do.
Have you, how many programs have you been through?
This will be number 6.
And every single time, is it just as wonderful?
It just gets better and better, because you meet awesome people like you, and you just get more inspired and more energized, and it just builds your heart bigger and bigger, I think.
Do you ever want to create your own branch like Susan did?
Oh my gosh.
Just go off of her legacy?
I would follow Susan right off a cliff. She's amazing. And like I said earlier, they're going to write books about that woman one day. She will be the Mother Teresa of our time. There's no words for her. She's amazing.
Now, would you be interested somewhat in starting like a adult session for this?
Wow. Now there's an idea. You know, just because we reach a higher age doesn't mean we've reached a higher level of confidence, does it? And you could see it in some of the parents tonight. How the first thing they said was, "Well, I'm really not a public speaker," but then they struggled through it. And you saw the kids speaking with confidence tonight, didn't we? It was awesome. Yeah, what a great idea.
So instead of doing a leadership program, have you guys ever thought of like doing a self-confidence or public speaking courses?
Yeah, of course, like Dale Carnegie does, and that's where Susan started, was in Dale Carnegie. That's what Dale Carnegie teaches you. It's how to have that ability to communicate and listen better and have that confidence in yourself.
Now, through this program, how have you been touched by this?
There aren't words for that. I couldn't even speak this morning when Emily gave me that coffee cup. It was just, it's a coffee cup. But that coffee cup meant more to me than a pile of gold sitting on that desk. That's the kind of gift, I guess, that you can't put a price on.
Now, the 8 weeks, are they just as special every single time? Or?
Oh yeah, there's always a moment in every class where I'll look across the room and I'll see a speaker, be it a student or a mentor, and a student in the crowd just connecting, just making a magical moment. I can just see it, and I can see the light bulb going off and feel the confidence that's being put into that student. And I know that from that day forward, there's a takeaway that's going to bless their life for the rest of their life.
Now, do you have any encouragement for someone to join that's anxious about this?
Oh, absolutely. There's so many people, both adults and student graduates, who can just be so blessed by coming back and participating again and being part of what's happening. I don't think you could do anything else better with your life than to make someone else's life better. In fact, Zig Ziglar said, you can get everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. And that's what we're trying to do here. It doesn't get any better than that.
All right, thank you, Steve.
Yeah, you're a good man.
You've been a student mentor for just this year?
Yeah, just this year.
How was this different from your last year being in the class?
First off, being a student mentor, I actually got an experience to help other people. Last year I was just doing it, I say a lot, just trying to help myself. Now that I know what I went through and struggled last year, I take what I got from the class, pay it forward, and just try to help others put a smile on their face.
Now, being a student mentor this year, are you planning on coming back next year as just a mentor?
I would love to come back as a mentor next year. And next semester, hopefully be a student mentor as well. Love helping other people.
Now, have you ever started about like doing this with your friends and teaching them all this?
I have. People actually come to me for help when they need it, and I'll gladly help them about it. And just like I said earlier, pay it forward. I love to help other people.
Now, speaking with Susan and Steve and all the mentors, what have you learned from them?
What have I learned from them? Self-confidence is the biggest thing. To be able to hear compliments from them. I trust myself, or trust that this isn't the best word. I believe in myself, really, and that's where it starts. Believing in yourself. Now, I have the self-confidence to be able to help other people, and it's really changed me and made me a better person.
Now, if there was a kid that you've never talked to before and that's never heard of this program, what would you say to them to get them encouraged to join up?
I'd tell them a little about what I went through, how I struggled, how this program changed me, and encourage them that it's a wonderful program, and everybody should have an opportunity to take it because it is a life-changing experience.
Could you see yourself getting up in front of a crowd of people and talking about this and just spreading it?
I could see myself doing that, even though I'm not a huge person, not great at talking in front of people or cameras for that matter. But I would love to get in front of people and talk to them about how great this is. Go reaching higher.
What's the most positive story you've heard? Just in a short summary, what would be like the most inspiring thing?
Aaliyah's story. What she went through as a kid, it reminds me that, no matter what you've went through in the past, you can really, it doesn't define who you are as a person, and if you put your mind to it, you can have a great future no matter what. Just have the right mindset.
All right. Thank you, Austin.
You're welcome.